Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Zach Young, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're joined by Marama Carmichael, founder, CEO, lead strategist, and author at Oracle Tree. With over 30 years of digital strategy and business consultancy, Marama is a trusted guide who helps small business owners work smarter, not harder. Drawing from her own experience running a small business for 2 decades, she specializes in strategy-first solutions that drive real results in Australia, New Zealand, and the US. Marama's approach focuses on deep understanding of each business to deliver only what's truly needed, freeing entrepreneurs from time-consuming tasks and leveraging their unique strengths to attract ideal clients. Marama, a very warm welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you so much for having me, Zach. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Going to be a great episode, a lot to dive into. Before we do, though, I do like to start with your background a little bit, though. So before Oracle Tree, before entrepreneurship, what were you doing and what was really your inspiration to get into this space?
So I actually have run a couple of businesses. So before entrepreneurship, I was in corporate sales and marketing in the video industry, back when there was a video industry. So we're talking way back in the before times. And then I got into natural therapy. So I actually ran a natural therapy center for 10 years. That was my first entrepreneurial sort of venture. There was a big catalyst moment that made me switch to what I've been doing now since 2009, where there was actually a house fire. And so I had that real what am I doing with my life moment where the business that I'd built just felt irrelevant to me. And it was a lot about the ego and about having a real place. I had a big center, which I was renting rooms out to other practitioners. And it was about having the space and having that kind of legitimacy of having a physical space. And then I realized that wasn't really relevant. So in that moment, I gave everyone 30 days notice in that center, moved my private practice home to my temporary accommodation, and about 3 months afterwards started what was the embryo of what would become Oracle Tree in 2009. So looking back on it now, I was very completely clueless about what it would require. It was me and a PC freelancer I got from Romania doing graphic design, making pretty basic websites, to put it kindly, mostly for the practitioners that I'd just made homeless like a month earlier who were just stuck. Because I realized what I enjoyed about the center was actually that sort of business coaching, the mentorship and stuff, because I'd rent rooms out to practitioners who were straight out of college and then I'd help them grow their business. And that kind of business growth thing was what I had always enjoyed. And then I was running both things simultaneously for a few years, and then over time, Oracle Tree evolved. But it really is that what do you want to do with your business? And so that moment is the reason why Oracle Tree is the way it is, the way it's set up, the way it is. There's a decision I made in that moment, watching everything I owned go up in smoke, literally. There was a decision I made right then that I was going to be flexible. I was never going to have another office that I was paying for externally. I was going to be home for my kid when they got home from school. They're 26 now. It's not relevant, but I'm still like, this is my home office. It's a dedicated home office. Everybody in Oracle Tree works from home. They can work around their kids. They can work around their family. They can work around what they want to do with their life as opposed to just their career and just like turning up to a job every day. And that is what we try and encourage everybody to do, both within Oracle Tree and also our clients, is like, what do you want to make? What is your legacy that you want to leave? And how do you want to live your life while you're creating that legacy? And it's not a conversation that a lot of marketing agencies ask. They just say, yeah. So that's how we're a little bit different. It's in our DNA.
I love it. Nothing's more important than that at the end of the day, right? Money's important, don't get me wrong. Being with your kids, being with your family, being with your spouse, whoever it is, that's what's going to last.
Exactly.
I get to have lunch and dinner with my family and kids every single day, and that means the world to me. If I got offered $1 million job at an office that I'd have to go to and spend 8 hours a week there, I wouldn't take it. If some people tell me financially I should. There's bigger things to life than work, and I really do appreciate that you and your business are aware of that and spreading it as well.
And I think a lot of business owners, particularly, like they get into business because they want freedom, they want more time with their kids, they want more time with their family to do what's important to them. And a lot of times they end up painting themselves into a corner over a period of time as they're like striving for success, and they don't necessarily take the time and to think about what they actually want to create, like what sort of business
Mm,
they want to do, who they want to
mm,
work with. And I
that's
think
good.
that's a really important conversation to have in the business industry, in the entrepreneurial sort of area. I think
Very
sometimes
important.
they, like the world out there, says grow, scale, but not really thinking about what you actually want. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's dive into Oracle Tree today. I love it. If you could walk us through the work you're doing with your clients. Who are your typical clients? Everything like that.
Yeah, so typically work with established small business owners, a lot of service-based industries. We love working with tradies. Those are our kind of our favorites type of people, but we work in all different industries. Usually they're quite established. They're usually turning over $1 million, but between that $1 and $10 million turnover. So established, but not at scale. Often there's a small leadership team. Often it's like a husband and wife doing stuff. Typically there's like a small group in the office, and then there might be the boys in the field doing the field work. And we come in when they're just realizing that often the catalyst for them is that they want to get off the tools if they're a tradie, or they're wanting to grow or scale or get more freedom back because they've often realized that they're giving up time for the weekends, or they're up late doing their books, or their significant other is like doing stuff that isn't really their skill set and they're over it. It was fine when they were starting out, but now it's like, hey, hang on, like we're big enough now to be hiring for people. I don't want to be doing this anymore. So it's a lot of those kind of conversations. And what we do is work with them on 3 levels. One is brand awareness, because a lot of these, all of our clients are really great at what they do. It's one of our kind of prerequisites. You have to be good at what you do. And so a lot of them are relying on word of mouth referrals and past clients. And sometimes they've got key person risk in the founder being the face of the business, and everyone wants to talk to them. And so we work on that brand awareness to make their business a brand, as opposed to the owner or the founder being the person. And then we work on lead generation, which is paid ads and stuff. So the brand awareness, you're talking about websites, new websites, website upgrades, social media, like specifically organic social media, being consistent in your messaging and in your branding and in your awareness of who you are and what you stand for and what kind of clients
Mhm.
you want and all that kind of thing. Then we do lead generation, which is more paid ads, which a lot of people think of as marketing on any platform. And then we do sales support, where when we say sales support, it's different from what you guys will be talking about when you do sales support, I'm sure. It's more about the automation, CRM management to support their
Mm,
internal sales team. So as when they get that lead in, they don't forget to follow up when they said they were going to follow up in 3 months. It gives them a push notification for the salesperson to actually make that call and follow up.
yeah.
And that's where we do some AI in that kind of that third stage. So yeah, that's
Mhm.
everything strategy first, and everything is okay, where are we wanting to go? What are we wanting to build? What's
Mhm.
the first step? And you really need to build on that basis.
Yeah. Love that. I think for a lot of people, when you think of your home service businesses, right, your
Hmm.
techies, as you said, a lot of
Hmm.
people think SEO for
Hmm.
marketing, Google SEO. Is that where you guys focus or maybe have the best results? Does it matter? Meta ads? Walk us through your strategy there.
It's one thing that we do. We definitely do SEO. But what we find that for our level of clients, a lot of the best work they do is really about creating the big digital footprint so as the referrals work better. So it's keeping in constant touch with their database with their past clients. It's having the thing, because they're already getting a lot of work from the word of mouth referrals. And so what we
Mhm.
do, again, for a lot of our clients is having them more follow through, if that makes sense. Because if you think about it, if someone refers you to someone, the very first thing you do is go and check them out online. If they haven't posted for 3 months, you're going to be like, okay, is this guy even still in business? Particularly in that kind of trade industry, the carpenters, electricians, a lot of them are going under potentially. It's a challenging industry in some parts. And so if you haven't posted for a while, people wonder if you're still in business. If you've got cheap looking things on there, are you actually going to do a good job in my home? If so, it's that kind of trust piece. But then SEO is absolutely still important for sure when it comes up, certainly for location based stuff. So if you're looking for electrician in an area, that local SEO is still very important. I find that big SEO, it just depends. A lot of our clients, we always work with our clients, sorry, in a way that makes them what if we spend their money is the way I would spend their money if it was my business. And so what is actually going to make the best impact for them for the budget that they have? And a lot of our clients are on the lower end of the budget. So they don't have $20,000 to spend, which sometimes you need to do to get really good reach in Google Ads.
Mm,
You need to spend a lot on the ad spend. And then if you turn it off, you turn it off. So we would often prefer to do organic on-page SEO as opposed to overt off-page SEO to really build that basis of the authority piece. And then obviously the local kind of stuff. But yeah, I think I always talk about a marketing tree. So if you imagine like a drawing of a child's tree, like a big tree, like an oak tree or something, and then the roots is the strategy, and then the trunk is the brand, and each of the branches of the tree is a tactic. So one branch is SEO, one branch is websites, one branch is referrals, one branch is organic social, one branch is paid ads, and then each little twig on the branch, and then a leaf might be a blog post or an email newsletter or a social media post or whatever. And so we always think that we're growing a tree. So it depends on what is going to give the most value to our clients, what we focus on, which branch of the
Mm.
tree we're working on, but we need to be working on all of them simultaneously. Otherwise, we end up with a really sick tree.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
tree is important.
A whole tree.
Take care of the
Exactly. You
whole
need a
tree.
whole tree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's what
I
gives you
love
fruit
it.
and that's what the birds nest in. It also depends too on what our clients' natural aptitude is of what they like to do and where they want to have. SEO and website stuff is really good because clients don't need to have a lot of input into it. So it's
Mhm.
stuff that we can definitely take off their plate without them having to think about it too much. But it is getting more challenging now with AI, right? Like the click isn't as important. The map pack is much more important at the moment from a direct marketing perspective. They're getting clicks to your website as such, because certainly when back in the day, you used to be able to write long form blog post kind of things to answer questions of how do I, those days are less likely to lead to clients now than they
Mhm.
were. It's just a little bit different. It's still the same, but it's a little bit different. It's more about creating that authority piece and getting known in lots of levels.
Absolutely. Very well said. And so I know you're based in Australia, so you're
Hmm.
obviously working with companies in Australia, New Zealand, and then also the US. I'm
Hmm.
curious, what percentage makes up how many companies you're working with Australia, New Zealand, and the US?
Mostly in Australia. We've got a couple of clients in the US and Canada, but not a ton. I used to actually go over to Denver almost once a year, so we had more clients in the US when I was going over there more often. But we work at any time up to mountain time, give or take. So that kind of, yeah, LA, Denver, Mississippi kind of area up to that time we find, and oftentimes when it works well for clients over there who are still doing the work on the business after hours. They finish work at 5 or 6 and then they come and meet us in that sort of after dinner kind of area. It works quite well
Mhm.
for clients, but it hasn't been a primary focus of us. We've focused more on Australia. So we've probably got, I know, 1 or 2 clients over there at the moment. We did some work for, they're a mechanic in Thunder Bay, like middle of like very seasonal, like they snow and like the ice roads would come open up and the people from up north would come down and take their trucks in Thunder Bay and in Canada. That was lots of fun. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm sure the business has grown since I know you mentioned, I think you had the website designer with you,
Oh no, even just a graphic designer. I
the
built the
graphic
websites
designer.
myself back in the day. Yeah.
There you go.
They were bad. They were not good.
Have you built out the team today? Do you have some
Yeah.
employees that work with you?
100%. Yeah. No, at the moment now, I'm only in the strategic seat, and in this kind of the face of the company seat. We've got an amazing team of people who work with us. So we've got a digital marketing lead. She's based in Sydney. We've got a bunch of social media coordinators. We've got a full-time web dev. We've got different strategists and graphic designers. And I think we're a team of about 9 at the
Mhm.
moment. Um,
Nice.
everyone working remotely. Everyone working around their kids. So our digital marketing lead, Venetia, she's awesome. She's been with us for, I think she's coming up to a 5-year anniversary now. And she has moved to 4 or 5 different locations, like different states in the time she's worked with us,
Hmm.
because she's had to work. Her husband has moved around a little bit and she goes with, but she has never had to find another job or do anything. She's taken, a couple of days off on holidays to like literally move house, but she's moved to 5 different states in the 5 years that she's been with us, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely. Location freedom is definitely a type of freedom for
Mm,
sure. It's a very cool freedom too, might I add.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it. Look into the back end of the business for a second. How are the small business owners currently finding you guys to work with you?
We have a few, they're finding us online for sure. I'm involved in a few different networking groups and stuff like that as well. And my big focus at the moment is creating channel partner relationships where you have allied services and actually having preferred partner relationships, repeatable referrals, where, so we've got an IT company, for instance, that we are embedding each other's process in each other's work, if that makes sense. And so
Mm.
people are getting value adds for complementary businesses. So that's working quite well. It's early stages of that. That's one of my big focuses for next year, is like really narrowing that down. I find with our clients, we often have to go out and reach them as well. So it is doing the outreach and then they go and check you out and come back and answer you or not. So we're doing some like little gift boxes at the moment that we're in the process of doing. That's also going to be launching next year. At the moment, we're just like ordering the bits to hopefully just get that attention piece. But
Mhm.
yeah, you've got to do all avenues. We were doing some lunchtime workshops, which was really good. We thought it'd be fantastic. It actually didn't lead to any clients. It led to a lot of value adds for our existing clients and a lot of people who couldn't work with us, really enjoying the content and giving them lots of value, but that actually didn't lead to any clients. So we're not doing that at the
Mm.
moment. I might still do it a bit as part of the giving back because giving back's super important to me. So I might still keep doing it, just but it'll be more for part of the giving back process and than it would be for actually lead gen. Ads, obviously. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just all the things. Go do all the things all at
Good
once.
old.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
a lot
finding
going
LinkedIn's
on.
working quite nicely for us at the moment. Like thought
Mm.
leadership pieces on LinkedIn, that seems to be working quite well as far as a platform
Mhm.
goes. We're getting inquiries through that. A lot of people DMing me and stuff on LinkedIn, and they're not always trying to sell me something, which is a pleasant surprise.
That's what makes LinkedIn so dangerous these days.
Yeah.
You go on and you got 30 DMs and just of some pretty bad AI pitches.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it makes you not want to go on LinkedIn, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh boy, that's the world we
Yeah.
live in. That's for
Yeah.
sure. That's
But
for
that's
sure.
working well as far as the channel partner thing goes, because then it's like referrals and connections and pieces like that. But that seems to be a good platform to have actual conversations, I find.
Yeah.
Those kind of professional but casual conversations. Yeah.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. I know we just touched on a little bit. You want to
Hmm.
get the referrals going next year, all just to different lead gen sources. Those aside, are there any other goals you've set for yourself in the business, let's say over the next 1 to 2 years you're looking to achieve?
I'm thinking of potentially doing more like speaking workshop type of things, but I'm not
Mm.
sure exactly how that'll look yet. I've got like I said, me and repetitive tasks are a great fit. And so I'm getting a little bit antsy to do something that inspires me. And I love seeing the lights go on in people's eyes about possibility of things that they can do. So I'm seeing that there's possibly for me personally a little bit more in that avenue. As far as Oracle Tree does, like people, clients stay with us for years and years. So we're doing great things. So it's a matter of like just having a few more clients, regular, intake, nice, smooth, because we're very high touch. So we really get to know our clients deeply. So we're not a high volume cookie cutter kind of agency, as probably has been pretty clear. So we really know each other's businesses and everything's done bespoke and everything's packaged out lately. So we're going to keep doing that. I imagine we'll probably be doing more with AI than we are currently. We are utilizing AI, but as it gets better, I feel like we'll be doing more with it, but we're cautious with it because like you mentioned the LinkedIn things, like you don't there's a that's probably one of our biggest threats is people feeling like being very excited about AI and abdicating their messaging and their brand to AI and not realizing how terrible it is and how it's affecting and how it's damaging their brand. And I think we're in a little bit of the waiting that out process before it
Mm.
normalizes, because at the moment everyone's very excited. They're all trying to everything AI, making AI agents of themselves. I had an argument with a client the other week because they wanted to use an AI version of themselves to do videos. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Just don't. I strongly suggest you don't do that. People will know. Unless you're
Yes.
naming it, unless it's AIU. So if you had an AI Zach, that's fine. It's a different entity, that's okay. But they wanted it to be them. And I'm like, you lose trust. People will know it's not you. Even if they don't consciously know, they'll know, and then you're not going to be, and they're in finance. And so certainly in finance. So you don't want to be losing trust if you're in finance. So
Mm.
that's where we're navigating at the moment, is just finding the right balance of embracing the technology, but embracing it in a way that's safe for businesses and safe for people. And obviously there's all sorts of bigger questions about AI that, where
Yeah.
everyone on the planet is navigating at the moment. And the
Mm.
AI marketing is great. They're very good at it.
I like the cautious optimism.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it. I think that's the right way to approach it. Some people are just a little too head over heels in love for the AI, in my opinion. So I think
Yeah.
and you
I
said it
kind of,
correctly. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, go what you going to say?
I was going to say, it seems like AI has been popular for 1 or 2 years now to the mass population, but it seems like the mass population is already getting good at seeing it.
Yeah.
Like you said, if that business owner made a video, we'd know.
Mm.
Email post, we know. LinkedIn DM, we know. So I think the cautious optimism is correct.
Yeah, yeah. I always think of it as certainly the large language models. I think of them as like they're a really overeager intern who sucks up. Like they're completely like, oh my God, you're the best thing ever. Oh, that was the best ever. And then they'll say that they can do everything and then not. So very book smart, very well educated, very young, very eager, and will lie to your face about what they can do and what they can achieve, and very believably. And so you can't trust them. You wouldn't trust your business to that. You'd utilize them to do a first draft, but then you check it very carefully. And I feel
Yeah.
if you're going to personify AI, personify it like that, and then it's not going to do you so much damage. You wouldn't let the intern go out and make videos pretending to be you without you checking it. You just wouldn't do it.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marma, such a pleasure having you on the show. Where can the listeners find you? Where can they connect with you online?
So you can connect with me online either if you search by my name. I have an unusual name, so I'm easy to find. It's Marama Carmichael, or at oracletree.com.au, or OracleTree on any of the social media platforms of your choice.
Perfect. And are you on LinkedIn, I assume?
I am on LinkedIn. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Great
LinkedIn,
place.
Marama Carmichael. You'll find me.
Marama.
There are two of
Love it.
us. The other one is a Japanese author. So I'm easy to
There we go.
find.
We
I'm
know the
easy to find.
difference.
Yeah.
Marama, such a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Zach. Bye.
Absolutely. And that will wrap up another inspiring episode of The Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go and connect with Marama on her LinkedIn at Marama Carmichael, and you will find all of her other links and website in the show notes and description below. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're looking to scale your business, and you really want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we went from 0 to 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.